Nice to see that.
Our team has really embraced Sean as a full member of our team. He's been with us at all the home games on the sideline, the game down there at Yankee Stadium. He means a lot to our team, and when you got a guy like that that's going through what he is and has battled through illness like he has in the past, the mental toughness, the resiliency, that's something that we all admire, and I think everybody that meets that kid is inspired.
How did you think Bradshaw was today? He said he wished he could take back a couple of those throws.
I wish he could take back a couple of them too,
Yeah.
but hopefully he'll learn from them. And he's a freshman. He's going to make some foolish mistakes, and that experience will help him. So I think he did some good things. He made some good plays and handled the ball really well at times. Got a lot to learn. The game's got to slow down for him. The more he practices, the more he plays, the more it will.
How about the crowd here today? I mean, it was the biggest I've ever seen here, and just implementing Junior Day as part of this, right? That's something that's, I think, is new, right?
It is, and I'll say our staff in the ODIA did a great job. Steph Minio, who's director of marketing, she had 650 season ticket holders here, and so that was really special to have them in the crowd, and so I thought it was great, and it's great for our kids to see that support and have those people there and cheering them on. A lot of parents, a lot of family, and as you said, a lot of prospects.
Coach, how did you feel the offensive line did in front of Bradshaw? You had Boylan in at center, and how did you feel the offensive line was working today?
We were sporadic, good at times and not so good at other times. We had some good blocks, and I thought the running backs ran hard. Kemper had some good runs. I thought Nick Shiver really did a nice job running the football. So we could tell a lot more when we watch it again on film and get an idea of who really played well.
Is this a case of,
Hey, jog it off there, guys. Jog it off.
Is this a case where you want to see how individuals perform rather than your grooming units within the team?
We're trying to see if we can put 14 practices of preparation into action today. And that's really what the spring game is for. The coaches are on the sideline. It's a game-type atmosphere, and it needs to be that way so that we can really find out who knows what they're doing and who's going to perform when the game's on the line. So we'll tell more when we watch it. The individual guys from each team that played the best, hopefully, are the guys that we're expecting to have play, and then we'll piece them together to be the offense and defense to start the season.
How do you feel the defense did today? Any people stand out?
I think a lot of guys made some individual plays that were positive. We had some forced turnovers, some picks, and some forced fumbles, and I thought that was good. Some nice tackles. I like to see a guy make a one-on-one tackle in space and get a guy to the ground. We did that a couple of times, and that was good to see.
Coach, we saw a lot of prospects today in the stands. How difficult is for the Army team to recruit players like consistent?
Recruiting's tough everywhere. There's always competition. It doesn't matter where you coach and what the school is. You don't often get to just go pick and say, I want you to come play for us, and it's a done deal. You got to do the work, and part of that is building relationships and giving the prospects an opportunity to see the campus and meet the people that they'll be working with, players, coaches, staff, everybody. And there are challenges here in recruiting, just there are challenges everywhere. There's some unique challenges here, but there's a lot of football players, a lot of schools out there around the United States that play high school football, over 20,000, and so if there's a prospect at every school, that's 20,000 prospects. We do our best to try to evaluate the ones we think are the right fit for West Point and go get them.
Last year you lost like 20-something seniors.
36.
36. Now this year you got like, Santiago and you got Dixon like a coaches too, like running back and quarterback. How important is that for the new players, like to get involved in the reading team and everything?
Each year we have a group of guys that just played that are commissioned as second lieutenants in the Army, and they'll join our staff for the first 6 months of their service as coaches. Those two guys are two of the guys who are going to do it, and we've got Jimmy Forgrave and Todd McDonald, and those guys are going to help us both here and at the prep school coaching. So it's a great opportunity for them, and really great for us to have those guys around, guys that just played, and the energy and the enthusiasm that they'll have when they're working for us and working with us.
Coach, how do you see the team shaping between the players who were out there today versus those coming from the prep school and those you're going to be recruiting as freshmen?
I think we'll have some freshmen that'll play for us. We always do. We did this year. We had some guys that were able to find their way into the lineup either as starters or on special teams or as important backups. And I anticipate that'll be the same. And hopefully we're going to continue to recruit the right guys that are fast enough and athletic enough to be able to help us as freshmen.
What's key for the team now between the scrimmage today and summer practice? What will they do in the off season over the summer?
Our guys will get back into off-season lifting after this weekend and finish out the semester academically. This is a really important stretch right here for these guys in terms of their classes. As soon as our classes are done, they go out in the field. Our freshmen will go out to Camp Buckner. Our sophomores rising to juniors will go to a leadership detail. And then our rising seniors, juniors going into their senior year, will be able to go out and trail an officer at a post somewhere here in the United States, and that will help them in figuring out what they're interested in doing as an officer in the Army. When they return from that, we'll have about 6.5 or 7 weeks of off-season training here on campus. Guys will take summer school classes and lift with our staff, and we'll be right into preseason camp starting August 3rd.
Were you able to achieve a lot more this spring practice versus last year, now having a year under your belt?
Oh, having gone through a season, just the same plays and the same calls on defense and the plays on special teams, it helps push the installation a lot faster. And hopefully we're ahead of where we were last year. There's new guys and some guys in new positions, but just the tempo of practice and the expectations for every drill are understood, and that helps us, I think, just push it a little bit more, get more in, expect more from our guys in terms of performance, not just effort.